Welcome to Urban Legends Uncovered, your spine-tingling journey through the world of urban legends and spooky lore. Here's your host, paranormal expert, Mark Sellers.
Welcome to another episode of Urban Legends Uncovered. I'm your host, Mark Sellers. Today, we're delving into a chilling narrative that has haunted many and kept countless people glancing nervously into the dark corners of their homes. The unnerving legend known as the killer in the attic. Imagine this, an unsuspected danger lurking just above your everyday routine, hidden away in the forgotten, dusty nook of an attic. This concept taps deeply into our primal fears, turning our places of comfort into realms of potential terror. Join me as we unravel this spine-tingling tale and explore its broader psychological and cultural implications. So grab your flashlight, check the locks, and let's step into the eerie corridors of urban legends. First, let's lay the groundwork by introducing you to the legend itself. The killer in the attic is a pervasive myth that you might have heard around campfires or through whispered cautionary tales at sleepovers. It typically features a sinister presence hiding in the attic of a person's home, waiting, biding their time, unseen by the residents. Sometimes it's a deranged escaped convict, other times a malevolent spirit. But no matter the variation, the core theme sends shivers down our spines. What's fascinating is just how prevalent this theme is across different cultures and generations. From small towns in America, where children swap chilling accounts, to similar tales in European folklore, this legend has a universal resonance, an echo of shared human fears. As we continue, let's explore the origins and various permutations of this unsettling myth. The essence of the killer in the attic can be traced back centuries, manifesting in different forms across the globe. For instance, in some European narratives, it takes the shape of supernatural entities inhabiting attics or basements. In modern times, these stories pivot more towards intruders, living, breathing threats rather than spectral ones. This shift reflects fluctuations in societal fears, from an unknown supernatural world to the very real dangers posed by other humans. And that's what makes urban legends such enduring narratives. They evolve, mirroring the anxieties of the time. Now, what societal concerns does this legend echo in today's world? At its core, the killer in the attic reflects profound feelings of vulnerability and anxiety tied to our homes, a sanctuary potentially turned inside out. It showcases fears of invasion, of the safe familial space compromised by an external threat. More broadly, it taps into our fear of the unknown, highlighting themes of isolation despite living in populated environments. In today's digital age, these anxieties are amplified as we grapple with issues of privacy and security, not just physically but virtually too. Legends like these force us to confront the uneasy reality that safety is perhaps more illusory than we care to admit. Now let's delve into how these legends encapsulate the universal fear of isolation and the sinister twist on comfort that urban myths like the killer in the attic present. Whether isolated in the confines of a quiet house or feeling alone within a crowded neighborhood, these stories feed off the dread of something invisible, intangible, growing closer. They make you rethink the very essence of home and safety. As urbanization continues and more people find themselves living in sprawling cities, the idea of an anonymous threat, an unseen specter amongst us, takes on chilling realism. That subtle interweaving of everyday familiarity and lurking danger is what makes this legend particularly terrifying, tapping into an innate fear of what might be right under our noses. Urban legends are not stagnant. They shapeshift with the passage of time, adapting to new societal contexts and technological advances. Consider, for instance, how these tales have adapted in our digital era. Where houses once held secrets in dim attics or basements, today these myths could revolve around the unexplored corners of the internet. There are countless stories now circulating about unknown digital attackers lurking, waiting to pounce once one lowers their guard. These modern iterations of the legend resonate similarly, exploiting fears of the unseen and unknown. Yet regardless of time or medium, the essence of these narratives remains: an acknowledgement of vulnerabilities in what we perceive as our safe spaces, whether physical or virtual. Let me share with you some personal anecdotes and listener stories that highlight the profound effect these myths can have on our psyche. Janice from Seattle writes about how, during her childhood, neighborhood kids whispered about an abandoned house with an attic allegedly home to a sinister figure. The taps and creaks in her home, she says, would amplify tenfold in her imagination. Or take Ben from Louisiana, who recounts a chilling encounter when his relative revealed finding strange, unexplained possessions during an attic cleanup, leading the family to wonder if someone had secretly lived there. These stories remind us how such myths persist, quietly feeding our fears and imaginations long after the tale is told. Now, why do we tell these stories? What purpose do they serve? Storytelling has always been a robust instrument in shaping human experience and perception. Urban legends, particularly, serve as cautionary tales, teaching communal values and reinforcing societal norms through fear. By telling these tales, communities can establish a collective understanding of safety, boundaries, and the dangers of complacency. More importantly, these myths enable people to articulate unspoken implications of danger and fear, providing a narrative form to societal anxieties that might otherwise remain amorphous. They bind communities in shared narratives and fears, offering both a collective thrill and a space for addressing communal concerns. In conclusion, what lasting impact do such legends have on our perceptions of safety and danger? The Killer in the Attic is a narrative template that allows us to channel deeper, often indistinct fears into a tangible form, one that can be shared and discussed. As we unravel these stories, it becomes apparent that they not only reflect societal anxieties, but also influence how we perceive the boundaries of safety in our lives. These myths, in their eerie, exaggerated nature, remind us to remain vigilant while provoking reflection on what we define as security and comfort. And as these tales reinvent themselves with each telling, they continue to hold relevance, tapping into timeless elements of human fear and curiosity. Thank you for joining me, Mark Sellers, on this chilling exploration of the Killer in the Attic and the broader phenomenon of urban legends. Today, we journeyed through the origins and variations of a legend that persists across cultures and generations. We examined the societal fears it reflects, from the physical dangers of intrusion to the psychological fears of isolation and unknown threats, and how it evolves with time, always relevant but always changing. Through personal tales, we glimpsed how deeply woven these myths are in our collective psyche, influencing our perceptions of our environments. As our world continues to change, one thing remains certain: urban legends will forever adapt, reflecting and shaping our collective fears and curiosities. Until next time, keep questioning the shadows in the corner of your eye, and remember, every legend was born from a whisper of truth. Sweet dreams.
You've been listening to Urban Legends Uncovered. If you enjoyed this podcast, please click the subscribe button to get alerted when we drop a new episode. And make sure to visit us at www.urbanlegendsuncovered.com. We'll see you next time.